Maria Clara is a Filipino version of a stereotypical Barbie.
Maria Clara is the image of Filipino wit.
Maria Clara is the standard of Filipino attributes and values.
Sound check.
Sound check.
Sound check.
Sound check.
Sound check. 1.
Maria Clara de los Santos is the main female character in Dr. Jose Rizal's novel, No Lime Tangere. She is what is known to be the ideal Filipina. Because when you think of a Filipina, whose image do we always see first? Or when we try to describe a Filipina, who do we base our answers from? Chances are we always have the idea of Maria Clara.
Well, when I think of Maria Clara, the first thing that comes to mind is that she is the typical and literal dalagang Filipina, like someone who is prim and proper.
Rizal crafted her character during the Spanish occupation and that she was made out of what Spaniards may perceive as ideal. This turned out to be the cons of becoming one who is like Maria Clara, one who is religious, submissive, and obedient.
Bilang anak, si Maria Clara ay yung tipong masunurin, magalang sa mga mas nakatatanda sa kanya, at may tuturing natin na siya isang responsableng anak, base sa karakter na naipakilala sa atin ni Rizal.
If you think about her, she's the kind of woman that our elderly wants us to become. Like kung paano siya manamit. Yung tipong konserbatibo, yung hindi masyadong exposed sa skin. Another one is kung paano siya kumilos. Karamihan sa mga mas nakatatanda sa atin ay mas gusto ng mga babae ay mahinhin kung kumilos. And in a way also yung parang pa-hard to get kind na babae. Since in the old days, men really take the time and that they got into a certain process before getting the girl.
If we are to describe her naman as a lover or partner ni Crisostomo Ibarra sa novel, well, she is faithful and honest sa pag-iibigan niya. Hindi man siya ganoon ka-showy bilang kasintahan, pero she remains loyal to Ibarra despite him being away from her due to his status. Sana all.
The idea that women must follow the footsteps of Maria Clara is an unending dialogue between the past and the present. Kasi kung isipin mong mabuti, ang mga babae noon, hindi naman lahat kagaya ni Maria Clara. Meron yung mga sumama sa revolusyon at nakigera. And there were also those during the Japanese occupation.
If we keep holding on to this idea today, it only puts pressure on women and will most likely have the same treatment among women where they are unable to express themselves freely. And yun bang parang nakakulong sila or like limited pa rin ang nagagawa nila today kumbaga?
If my memory serves me right, Carol Howe, during a webinar that we have witnessed weeks ago, she discussed everything about Maria Clara having her talk entitled as The Afterlives of Maria Clara. And at the end of that, she had a line saying that we haven't heard the last of Maria Clara.
Today, Maria Clara is no longer a fixed character nor a standard for Filipino women to be or aspire of becoming. Maria Clara is basically every woman that you see around you, whether they may be privileged or not.
In other words, the Maria Clara stereotype is now breaking its own walls. And those walls represent the limitations, the boundaries that were set for Filipino women before.
Filipino women nowadays are no longer bounded by the corners of their homes, nor hindered by what society labels them to be. They already have the freedom to be who they want to be and what they want to do or become, but at the same time keeping some of those traditional dogma embedded in their portraits as Filipino women.
We've seen women speaking up for themselves already, joining social movements online and offline, participating in rallies, and a lot more.
Women who are excelling in sports, not just in the local realm but in the international arena, like the case of Heidi Lindias, who's already an Olympic champion.
Philippines, the win is over!
Filipinas already studying in schools or universities, bagging all kinds of academic achievements, and graduating in all courses and degrees, might as well inculcate them in their field of work, such as teachers, nurses, police officers, thus including dignified farmers, fisher folks, and more.
There are even women who are stepping up in the political sphere by having a position in the government or being leaders of their own for all sorts of advocacy and initiatives. Not to mention them exercising their privilege of voting through elections now.
Ang imahe ng isang dalagang Pilipina ay nabubuhay sa kamalayang bawat babae ay may sariling pag-iisip, pamumuhay, pananamit, at pag-uugali at pakikitungo sa kapwa niya tao. Kung noon si Maria Clara ang inaasam-asam na maging ng bawat babae, ngayon siya na lamang ay isang uri ng Pilipina. na nananatiling buhay pa sa mga pahina ng nakaraan.
As compared to the past, women had already taken up space, and we can all agree to that. Well, not to literally take up the system, but rather establishing what women are capable of doing and what they truly deserve.
Pinapalitan natin ang kaisipan na dapat ang mga babae ganito ganyan. Binibigyan natin sila ng kalayaang magdesisyon kung ano ang sa tingin nilang tunay na makapagpapasaya sa kanila, nang hindi hinahadlangan ng alinmang kaisipan at ekspektasyon ng ibang tao.
Women are starting to change and continuously making an impact in the lives of many people. Because women are not just women. They are more than what we may think of them. And they are all Maria Claras of their life.
Huwag nating sabihin na ang mga babae ay sadyang o literal na mga babae lamang. Kasi talagang hindi natin masasabi kung ano ang kaya nilang gawin sa mundo. At hindi sila dapat ikinukumpara kung sino at ano si Maria Clara sa nobela ni Rizal o kung ano ang dalagang Pilipina noon.
The true Filipina ideal is never a stable one, because throughout the passage of time and as the world progresses over time, that ideal changes. It shifts towards becoming a newer and newer paradigm in which the Filipina ideal is no longer predefined but rather dynamic.
Maria Clara is a Filipino version of a stereotypical Barbie, which has nothing to do with the present generation because women today are beyond what society labels them to be.
Maria Clara is the image of Filipino women, a single image out of many that women are today.
Maria Clara is the standard of Filipino attributes and values. But no longer just that. She is not but an inspiration of women today because what she is will never ever define what the modern Filipina is capable of doing and aspire of becoming.
Maria Clara was once a paragon of a dalagang Filipina living within us women.
Now, she is basically just every Filipino woman existing.
That through her transition towards claiming the equality that she truly deserves,
She remains relentless.
A symbol of strength.
A beacon of hope.
And continuously proving that the Maria Clara image is and will always be susceptible to change.
An image always in the making.